evening. How are you doing today? It's great to meet you finally.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. Uh, Ma'am, I feel very fantastic because you are in front of me. Actually, ma'am, uh, I was trying a couple of days ago to connect with you,
Hmm.
and I sent a email to you, but
Hmm.
I think due to
Uh-huh.
some busy schedule, uh, we couldn't connect. But today we have
Right.
connected, so I feel very glad, ma'am, and thanks for giving me this great opportunity, ma'am.
Wonderful. You're most welcome. I am equally excited to meet you, and thank you so much for reaching out. It's this habit of meeting new people like you every day that is, I think, the biggest motivation of being on YouTube uh, because of this platform, I am being able to connect with so many of you, and it is a great opportunity. It is a great experience, and I thoroughly enjoy meeting each one of you. So thank you so much for connecting. So Himmat, before we go ahead, let me give you a quick introduction about myself. You already know my name. I'm from Pune and I'm a communication coach and a soft skills trainer. I have a total of 11 plus years of experience, and right now I'm working on my own. Uh, since the beginning of this year, I started my independent coaching journey. I also got myself certified in TEFL, which is teaching English as a foreign language, and I'm also a certified life coach. The YouTube journey has begun recently. It's been just 5 months on YouTube, and it has been absolutely amazing. And training is something that I totally enjoy. So I don't feel that I'm working throughout the day. For me, it's like I'm having a lot of fun interacting and helping people in whichever way possible for their self development and self growth. And whenever I get some free time, I love to travel, I love cooking, and I spend a lot of time with my friends and family. So that's a little bit about me. If you have any specific questions, I would love to answer them for you.
Yes, ma'am, definitely I will ask some question for you because this is my need and my
Sure.
desire also because I want to improve myself and already I have mentioned and I sent message to you because I want to some tips which is related to English speaking skills, ma'am. Definitely I will ask some questions for you,
Right.
ma'am. And I
Mm,
watched many video of you, and I realized this thing. You have a great knowledge and great experience in English speaking
thank you.
journey. That's why I sent you message, ma'am. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, Hemant, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
yes, ma'am, definitely. Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
my name is Hemant Naik, and I am from Madhya Pradesh. I work in Madhya Pradesh Police as a sub inspector. My
Mm-hmm.
native district is Tikamgarh. Uh, Tikamgarh is the most part of Bundelkhand, and Bundelkhand is very famous part in our country. And
Yes,
right now, I
yes.
am working different place from my birthplace. I am working in district Balaghat. Balaghat is located
Mm.
near Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra border. So Maharashtra
Oh,
district Gondia, uh, district Gondia, which is related to Maharashtra, is near about district Balaghat. And
okay.
ma'am, if I talk about my education, ma'am, I have a bachelor's degree that's related to art subject, and
Mm-hmm.
I joined Madhya Pradesh Police in 2003 as a constable. After that,
Mm.
I felt I could do better something for myself. That's why I tried,
Mm-hmm.
and I have prepared for open sector exam. And by
Mm-hmm.
God grace or by hard work, I was selected as a sub inspector in 2015. So right now I am working
Amazing.
as a sub inspector. And
Mm.
uh, I used to play volleyball when I was a student, but these
Mm.
days I have no time to do any other activity. So English speaking skills has become my uh, hobby, you can say, ma'am. I have a
Wonderful.
beautiful family. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's all about me, ma'am. And thanks for asking.
Okay, wonderful. That is great. So you have explained everything in quite detail and you have spoken very well, explaining your career, your your hobbies, what is it, how is it that you advanced in your career. So wonderful job done that phase. So tell me this, Hemant, how did this English speaking, become your hobby, or how do you even think about it? What was that one or two incident that gave you the idea that, okay, English is going to be important in my life and I will need to work on this language? So when did that happen?
Actually, ma'am, I think most of the students who is related or who is studied by Hindi medium or any other
Mm-hmm.
regional language, they complete the entire education. I think most of the students want to learn English speaking skills, and at least one time, uh, many people or students must try to learn English speaking skills. So I also wanted to, from my childhood, learn English speaking skills, but due to some responsibilities, because as I mentioned, I joined Madhya Pradesh Police in 2003. So I have 21 years experience in my police department. And, but that time, due to my responsibilities, I couldn't get it. But right now, I feel some comfortable with my job or my family. I can say I am well settled by my career or by my family. So uh, these days, I am trying to improve myself a little bit. uh, Actually, ma'am, one incident happened with me in 2022 when I was posted in district Chhatarpur, Madhya Pradesh. I went to Hyderabad purpose of arresting accused or collecting evidence. That time, I had faced many problems due to lack of communication or due to lack of English knowledge because I know Hindi very well and they know Tamil or Telugu very well. But uh, when uh, when I tried to connect or interact with that particular police station officers, they have no knowledge how to express in Hindi, and I have no knowledge how to express in English. So that day, I decided one day definitely. Uh, uh, that day, I decided I try to improve myself, and definitely I will learn English speaking skills. And I think that was my turning point. And I I switched Hindi to English, and I tried Hindi to English uh, English language. And whenever I get any people or when I meet any people who is very good at English, that time I used to speak English language with him.
That is, I think, amazing. I think the example that you just gave, it's one of the best examples that, I have ever heard from someone, which motivated them to learn the language. I think it was a very practical and it was a very day-to-day kind of a scenario that you shared. And I think that is the reason you have put in the effort and you have taken all the steps to work on the language and to improve your communication skills. Good job on that, Hemant. Very nice. All right. So I want to ask you one question, Hemant. I'm really interested to know that since you have been in the police department for almost 20 years, more than 20 years, what, according to you, are the three things that you love about your job? And what are the three things that you find sometimes is quite challenging? Like, even after 20 years, you feel that, okay, this is something which is very challenging about my job. So are there any such things that you can share with me today?
Yes, ma'am, definitely, ma'am. Actually, uh, these are three things which is I love very much. First one is if anyone want to join police department, there is no need to any special degree or diploma. It means anyone anyone can join police department with his only academic mark sheet. Like if anyone passed only 10th or 12th class, they can join police department. There is no need to any specific diploma or degree like CTET, TPCT, IT degree or diploma. There is no need. So this is very good thing in police department, and I love very much this thing because due to a large number of unemployment, most of the people want to at least a government job, and they are preparing for government job. So this is very good thing, and I love very much this thing. And Second one is actually when I joined Madhya Pradesh Police that time, uh, we can say I am a member of OPS, like old pension system, because uh, after 2005, after 2005, rule has been changed because after 2005 NPS has come. So I am a member
Mm,
of OPS. So this is the second thing, and the third one is I I always loved police job because especially sub-inspector job is very glamorous type job, and uh, many youngsters also want to join as a sub-inspector in any state police service. So these three
right.
things which I love very much, ma'am. And second three thing is actually, ma'am, being a police officer I have to face many difficulties on daily basis because I have to
Mm,
tackle different minds of that person on daily basis, if, included complainants, victims, and criminals, and we can say politician as well because these days everyone want to become a politician who have no degree or diploma, but they want to
yeah.
become a good or great politician because in these days or current scenario, as a politician have uh, they want to gain much respect from common man or
Mm,
from any department employees. So we have to face every day this type of person. So this is very uh, crucial condition when anyone reach a police station and they want to uh, quick response, but this is not possible because we have a limit. We have to do work according to law. we can't
mm,
we can't do quick response because we have to do work according to law. First thing, and second thing is, ma'am, this is the era of social media or internet era. uh,
mm.
Whatever I understood uh, so far, every hand have mobile phones. So
Right.
whenever we visit any scene of crime, that time we see many people have mobile phones and they make video, but they don't help for needy or
Right.
victims. So this is very bad thing. And
Yeah.
third thing is, ma'am, uh, actually due to my job, we have to live alone without my family
Mm,
because because right now I am working approx 600 kilometers far from my home or my native place. I live here
oh.
alone and my family live over there. So these
Mm.
three type of things are very typical, or we can say this is very difficult things which I have to face on daily basis.
Absolutely. I think one of the first things that I need to tell you, Hemant, is the clarity of your thoughts are excellent. You have spoken about all three of these things individually in each category in a very structured manner. Although these are all impromptu questions, we haven't decided the questions before we met, but still on the spot, you could think on your feet and you could bring out all the points, and they are absolutely relevant points that you have mentioned. Especially, I want to commend you on the point that you spoke about, that nowadays everybody has a mobile phone in their hands. And this is something which I keep thinking every time I see a news report, or every time I see on Facebook there is some incident that has happened where somebody has passed away or somebody is injured. It is very disheartening to see that there are 100 people around who are making videos, but they don't think that we can jump in and we can help somebody out of a situation. I think this is a very sorry state in our not just in our country but all over the world these days, that people have become extremely self centered and selfish when it comes to gathering media for their social media accounts, but they don't have the humanity to go ahead and help somebody else. So thank you so much for bringing that point out. I really appreciate you talking about it. All right. So, hmm. All right. So, Hemant, what question do you have for me?
Actually, ma'am, I'm going to complete my 4 month English journey on upcoming
Mm-hmm.
25th November, because I started
Mm-hmm.
my English speaking journey on camera last 25th July this year.
Wow.
So uh, before this, uh, uh, before this, I was not able to speak a single word or sentence. I read English grammar when I was preparing for my exam. That time I read, but
Right. Mm.
this is before 25th July. Uh,
Mm.
I don't have much idea to how to express or how to speak in English language. But
Right.
these days I feel some comfortable than
Mm.
my previous days. So, ma'am, I have only two questions for you. First one is,
Sure.
because these days I am consider myself as a beginner, or I am a learner, because I want to become, actually I want to become a fluent speaker or public speaker, especially because
Wonderful.
I have to deal public on daily basis.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
this is my uh, aim, or this is my desire also. I want to become a
Mm.
public speaker. So, ma'am,
Mm.
please suggest me as a beginner, uh, what should I do for improving my English speaking skills, and how I can fetch my beginner to intermediate level, ma'am.
Wonderful. I think that's a very, first of all, it's a very clear cut goal that you have in your mind, which is great because most of the time, a lot of people say, I want to become fluent, but they don't have a goal or a reasoning as to why they want to become fluent or why they want to excel in public speaking. So, the first step you're already done that you have it clearly in your mind, your reasons, and what is it exactly that you want to achieve. So, that is already the first step taken. Okay. Now, number two, when you say that you consider yourself at a beginner level, I would definitely say that you are definitely not at a beginner level, but I can say that you are at a lower intermediate level as of now with the kind of fluency that you have. You are able to frame correct sentences, you are able to articulate your thoughts. However, there are certain times where you are missing out maybe on a preposition, or you're using an incorrect preposition, or you are missing out on an article, right? So, those are the things which will come to you with time, right? Now, at this point where you are, you need to focus on all four pillars of the English language, which is you need to start writing, you need to start reading, you need to start listening as well as speaking. Now, how do you go about each one of them? When you are listening to something, don't just listen to Indian learners' conversational videos. Now is your time to take a step forward and start listening to professionals. It can be Indian podcasts, it can be international podcasts. Select two, three different speakers and two, three different genres that you are interested in. If you are interested in health and fitness, look at some of the coaches or trainers or fitness enthusiast who you feel they talk very well, and listen to them. Or if you are interested in stories, then look for some good storytellers and listen to them. If you are interested in leadership, look at some leadership podcasts who speak well and listen to them. This is the time, if you take that effort to go that extra mile in trying to understand a foreign language or a foreign accent, or the way they frame their sentences, the way they use certain words, certain phrases, that will give you a lot of new ideas and ways in which you can frame your own sentences. However, having said that, you should not always listen to things or read things with the intention that, oh, I want to learn five new words from it. That should not be the case. Your focus should be on developing your knowledge and getting entertained. Okay. So, for example, if I ask you today that can you tell me five different Bollywood dialogues that you really like? You would be able to recall some of them and you would be able to tell me, although you haven't read it or heard it again and again. Why? Because those dialogues, they entertained you at certain point in time, and that's why you remember them. So always remember, it is important to keep in mind that your entertainment will lead to your development and knowledge. If you always go with that mindset, okay, new vocabulary and new word and this and that, then it is only going to be a mechanical process that you will not enjoy. So first of all, when you are learning, your learning journey has to be full of entertainment. That is something you need to keep in mind. Next, writing. Start writing on a daily basis. It can be journaling, it can be just writing down your thoughts, it can be writing down about your feelings, or it can be writing down about any past incident that you remember, any good incident, bad incident, anything. Just write, half a page every day, in the morning or at night, it doesn't matter. Okay. The third thing, when you are um, speaking. Okay. Now, speaking, I know you are recording yourself and you are putting the videos on YouTube. However, apart from that, have 1 or 2 minutes of a discussion, self discussion. Give yourself a question or ask yourself a question. Doesn't have to be any specific topic. Just ask yourself a question and record your answer for 1 or 2 minutes. Then play that video and see how you spoke. When you look at yourself, how you are speaking, how you are expressing yourself, then chances are the small grammatical errors that you are making, you will notice them and you will rectify them from next time onwards. Okay. And then comes reading. Reading again is very important, as well as it's quite interesting if you read something that you like. So finding out the genre again, what is it that you like to read? It can be entertainment magazine, it can be sports magazine, it can be just simple stories, whatever you like to read. Read it loudly, like how it should be read. Read the punctuations, read with voice modulation and intonation, so that you listen to the correct form of sentences. And when you read it correctly, it will register in your mind that, okay, this is where this preposition is used in this context. And then you will also start framing correct sentences. So, this is the time where you have to put in that little extra effort on your learning journey. And then once you are done with all of this, public speaking is a different ball game altogether. So maybe next time when we are meeting, we can do an extensive discussion just on public speaking, and that can help you as well as that can help a lot of other of our listeners, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I
Okay.
think these four type of modules, modules are very useful. Ac- uh, Actually, I heard and I read many times this thing, but
Hmm.
I think this is not very easy task to do work on four type of modules at the same
Yes.
time. Uh,
Yeah.
so uh, anyway, ma'am, these days I am doing work on this type of four modules. Whenever I get
Mm-hmm.
free, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I read I read some story type books or English content, which is very which language is very simple and easy, because
Wonderful.
uh, these days I think I have no more advanced or intermediate vocab. So
Hmm.
I I am trying to improve myself gradually, ma'am. And
Wonderful.
uh, listening or watching practice I do every day, because this is very
Great.
easy task to me. Whenever I at my police station, that time
Hmm.
whenever I free, I I listen English content or I watch videos. So, ma'am, definitely, and I hope or I believe uh, after some time I want to meet again you
Sure.
after some improving, ma'am. And my
Absolutely.
second or last question is, ma'am. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
pronunciation is also a big difficulty or problem with me. So
Hmm.
how can I improve my pronunciation, ma'am?
So, pronunciation again is something which is very crucial and it's very different from accent. So, pronunciation, when you want to improve, again, when you are listening, you need to choose the people that you are listening to very correctly. If you are listening to beginners or learners, they will make a lot of mistakes and you will not be able to rectify your own pronunciation. So look for people who you feel are already advanced in their language and who are able to convey their thoughts in a very fluent manner and who are professionals so that you know that they are pronouncing words correctly. And then you can start shadowing. Shadowing is a practice wherein they say a line, you pause the video, you repeat it exactly how they said. That will help you in understanding the spaces where you are making mistakes while pronunciation, and then you can rectify them accordingly. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have last one question, ma'am. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Sorry, ma'am. I, I forgot just now. Actually,
Okay, that's all right, no worries, you can just send it to me on Skype if you remember. Okay.
yes, yes, ma'am, definitely.
All right, perfect. All right, Hemant, I really, really enjoyed having this conversation with you. Thank you so much once again for reaching out and wish you all the best for your learning journey, for your self development journey. And definitely, we will catch up once again in future. Yeah.
Uh, Yes, ma'am. I also enjoyed the entire session because I able to interact with you because I have watched many videos of you,
Thank you.
and as I mentioned earlier in my intro, you have a great experience of English speaking and journey or English
Thank you.
speaking because you are a good trainer. Ma'am, actually, I wanted to ask a question. Feedback. What is the what is the role of feedback? Because these days, I think I am able to express myself and I am able to convey my message, whatever I want to say. But but I don't able to recognize myself. So please, ma'am,
Hmm.
uh, anyone, any learner who want to improve himself, uh, there is need to a good trainer. Um, Actually, I want to say, uh, uh, should I join to any trainer or not for improving myself, ma'am?
Well, that's a very interesting question, Hemant. However, if anybody wants to join a trainer or not, that is definitely a learner's prerogative. But what I would only suggest here is to understand the fact that when you are wanting to learn anything, you always definitely have a lot of free content out there on the internet. However, you definitely don't know how to use them properly. So, for example, if somebody wants to become a cricketer, right? They can see Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, batting and bowling and everything, and they can feel that, okay, I am learning the game. But if you really want to know the right techniques, they will have to go to a coach, right? So it is the same for any sort of learning. You can learn only till a level when you are using self learning as a tool, or when you are using free content that is available on YouTube as a tool to learn. But if you have a time gap, like there are a lot of people who are on a time crunch, they want to get to the next level in their career, they want to get a good job. So then taking a trainer is definitely the easier way because somebody is there to handhold you, especially when you are learning something like English or communication. At that time, feedback becomes extremely important because if you do not know where you are going wrong, what are you going to work on, right? So, knowing that, okay, I am making this mistake and knowing that this is how I can rectify it, that really helps you in achieving the goals that you have in mind. So that is my answer. If anybody wants to get a trainer, those are the reasons that they should look at. They should see what is their need. They should evaluate why am I doing this and what is the timeline that I have. And they should see that am I getting feedback? Am I aware of the mistakes that I'm doing? Or am I just doing something blindly and I'm just picking up incorrect information or mixed information from here and there? And keeping all of those things in mind, somebody can decide whether they want to take a trainer or they want to continue with their self learning journey.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
Uh,
most welcome, Hemant.
Actually, ma'am, I also seeking a trainer because I want to improve myself anyhow condition. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think this is not enough to become a good public speaker or fluent speaker. Uh, so I also seeking a good channel, ma'am. I will text you after this session. And
No
if you
problem.
don't
Yes.
mind, please could you please text me or provide me your fee structure or your browser as well, ma'am. Uh, After that, I will decide. Uh, uh, I will decide to join because these days I am trying to, as I mentioned, I also want to join a particular channel for improving myself, ma'am. Because
Sure,
I know
Hemant.
this
No
thing very
problem.
well. I know this thing very well, ma'am. If I join any channel, definitely I can improve in a good and great manner uh, within few months or years, ma'am. So,
Absolutely. That is true. No problem. No problem, Hemant. Thank you so much. I would definitely
yes,
share the details with you. And
yes,
anytime
ma'am.
you have any questions, you know my Skype ID, you can ping me. Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank you,
right.
ma'am.
Okay, Hemant. Thank you so much for joining in today. You have a wonderful evening and take care of yourself. Bye.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sam. Yeah. Bye, bye, ma'am.